So after you get your seam ripped, so what I do is I go through and I didn't do a very good job on this one. I try to get all the extra threading off, and I cut off all of the extra threading on the inside that was from, these are put together with a serger. So then I take out all the extra threading and I get my ends ready. What I do is I take out all of this extra material here and I snip some of it off on the inside, so then that way I can fold it underneath without having a big bulk right there, because that's where you're gonna attach your ties. So I have my jeans laid out like this, and I can do this, you can see, without stuff falling everywhere. So, and then depending on how you want to make yours, okay. So what I do, I attach it right here like this. I go about the length of the pre-existing fold, okay, and then I just attach it right there. Right here. Of course, I didn't bring any of my other pins over. Commercials. We love commercials because we like free music. We're a poor veteran. We like free stuff. Sailor 74. Jesus 74. Oop. This sometimes I iron this under, depending if it's not laying very good, this side, because obviously this side where there's that good press, yeah, so same concept on this side, and the tie goes on the inside, so tie goes on the inside. And this is just to kind of anchor the tie there, because then we'll line everything up, and just keep everything lined up with your seam when you're pinning. See, this is how I like to keep everything, because not all jeans are made the same either. Some of them go in at the knee and they're flare legs anyways. So then you just start pinning. Sometimes, not this pair of jeans, but usually I go almost, so the way the gal explained it when I was watching the TikTok video, she does just below the pocket line right here. So that's what I do, is I keep it about 2 fingers. So I would, if these were for me, I would have continued up, so that way I would give my thunder thighs a little more room too. So, but for this pair, we're just doing just the bottoms and then making more room at the knee. So what I'll do is I'll go get my pins, and then I'll pin. Alright, I'm going to attempt to show you how I pin this. If my employee of the year can get out of the way. Come on, employee of the year, I gotta do stuff. So that way we don't get evicted, so that way we're not homeless. We don't like to live in the van. No, because there's no river here that we can move it to. Yeah. We want to live in a van by down the river, but not in this state. Yeah. The water here is nasty. So after all that, so I find my middle, and I'm just gonna all the way to the table. Take your pin all the way to the table, because then what you're gonna do, dang, I hope you can see this. You're gonna come through the top of your jeans, and you're gonna lift it up a little bit, and then you're gonna so that way when you do this, oops, there we go, you'll be able to see what I did there. Okay, so then that will anchor the top, and we just want it to lay pretty natural. You don't want it to be tight anywhere, so that will require some lubrication, and we're trying to do this without any lube. Natural. I try to make them look the same size on each side. So this is a time where you have to use pins. You can't use your your quilt clips, because it just won't work. So then I do like same concept. I come in and I just start putting a whole bunch of these down. Hey employee, long time no see. What you been doing? Did you go take a nap? Psych, I know, you were just up here. So I go all the way to the table, just start pinning. Doesn't have to be, this part doesn't have to be pretty at all, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna come back through the edge starting on here, and you're gonna undo these a little at a time and push your pins through correctly, so that way when you sew them, that way when you sew it, you're not running into any problems. But for now, for pinning purposes, my employee, see, she's taking the pins out as I put them in. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. So then you're just gonna start putting these in, so that, see how it's inside here, it's pinned with both, because see, but we go back. Don't take the pin all the way out. Dang it, Presley. Presley Jean, stop it. I'm trying to show people how to do stuff. So you'll only take it out till it gives way. Once the bottom one gives way, you put it back through in your spot, like that. And you'll do that all the way up on both sides. And then we will get to the next part on the next part. Presley. Presley. She is so preoccupied. Presley Jean. All right. We're going to get this done, and then we'll go to part 2 on the next one. Or 3 or 4. I don't know what part this is now, so who knows. Time's fake anyways, so it don't really matter.